If attacker get access to your credential, obviously he can get into your system, right? In an organization, you have access to multiple servers where critical data are stored, right?
Correct.
In order to access those, you need some privileged access or privileged credentials. You are copy and pasting all those official email IDs also. Correct? Maybe your CEO email ID is there. Identities who left the organization, still their account exists. We have over privileged account. Aapke antivirus, then firewall, those will not even come into the picture when attackers has access to an identity. When you are copy and pasting the email in your chat GPT or whatever platform it is,
बात करो identity की, तो why is it so important for every organization? The skilled professionals in IAM are still less. तो कभी उसकी वजह से चैलेंज आता है?
PAM manages those privilege access. It monitor those privilege access. It record those sessions. Like.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Tajinder Kalsi Show. आज का हमारा जो टॉपिक है that is about identity and security. So you can think about it like जैसे आप ईमेल में लॉगिन कर रहे हो, अपने बैंक अकाउंट्स में लॉगिन कर रहे हो और you're logging into your systems. Everywhere there's a system that is working behind it and that is the identity and access management. आज के जो हमारे गेस्ट है, he is someone who has over 14 years of experience into information security and identity and access management space. आज हम उनसे जानेंगे how this particular domain works and then how it is important for every one of us. So let's welcome today's guest, Mr. Pradyut Das. Hi Pradyut, thank you for being part of the show.
Yeah, thank you, Tajinder. Thank you for having me here.
Most welcome.
And it's pleasure to be here.
Same here.
Yeah, so bit camera conscious, but yeah, it's fine. It's completely fine for me.
No worries.
So, yeah.
Okay, so Pradyut, I mean, obviously मुझे तो थोड़ा story पता है, being in touch and following these things. But हमारे audience के लिए अगर आप share करना चाहो, like how you entered into this security domain, because जहाँ तक मुझे याद है आपने security से start तो नहीं किया.
No, absolutely not. Well, yeah, my journey in IT specifically, it started back in 2010, 2011. So I joined Reddington India Limited.
Okay.
And that was for an HP consumer support.
Okay.
Right. So then I moved to Dell. So in Dell also I was managing end user support and user experience for consumer systems. So then later on I grew in my career and then I moved to Encore Capital as a shift lead.
Okay.
So there I got an exposure to identity and access management.
Okay.
So back then in Encore, I was using Okta. So I was an administrator on that Okta tool. So basically identity and access management consists of all tools, right? I think you heard about Okta, SailPoint, CyberArk. So we were managing application access, then SSO, MFA using Okta. So that time I realized how important this identity and access management is, right? So everything starts with identity.
Correct.
So
कहते हैं ना जब हम ऑनलाइन किसी जगह अकाउंट भी बनाना होता है सबसे पहले आता है साइन अप.
Correct.
So you have to create an identity.
Identity, yes. So identity is something who you are, right? You have to logged in by using your credentials. So that's again an identity and access management as in basics. So on that time I got an exposure to the identity and access management. So I realized the identity and access management is very important for a organization's security as well as an user experience. Right?
Correct.
So later on I joined IHS Market. So their RSA IGNL, that's again an identity governance tool.
Okay.
So that became my playground.
Okay.
So I learned a lot regarding the governance, the access management. And then in S&P Global, we have a SailPoint.
Okay.
So my curiosity more increased because SailPoint is again a versatile tool.
It's a big player.
You can customize everything in SailPoint.
Okay.
Right. It's a Java-based tool. You have bin shell scripting. So then I started learning SailPoint. It's a high code tool. I will not say it's a low code tool.
Okay.
But it's highly customizable. So that way my journey starts from a end user support to a identity and access management space.
Okay. So I can say like you started with profile that was about managing systems.
Correct.
And then later on to moved into a profile that was about managing the security of those systems.
Correct. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Or managing who actually gets access to
who have
that.
what access,
Who
can
access to
access and who have access to what.
that. तो आपने लाइक क्योंकि इतना सारा स्पैन हो गया है टाइम का, तो आई एम श्योर आपने काफ़ी कुछ सिक्योरिटी डोमेन में देखा है. ओके, इवॉल्विंग एक्चुअली. अगर मैं स्पेसिफिकली लाइक बात करूँ आइडेंटिटी की, तो व्हाई इज इट सो इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर एवरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन?
So see, identity is a primary parameter of an organization. If attackers has an access to an identity and its credential, so it can breach to your organization. It can get all data access.
Correct.
Right? So identity is very important for every organization. It's a first layer of defense.
Okay.
Right? आपके antivirus, then firewall, those will not even come into the picture when attackers has access to an identity.
Okay.
So your firewall will assume the traffic is perfect,
Genuine.
because it's a genuine traffic,
Right.
because attacker has access
To the
using identity credentials. And antivirus also cannot detect who access the system.
Correct.
Right? It can protect you from viruses. So on that point, identity is a first layer of defense, and also it's the primary defense for every cybersecurity controls.
Okay. On that point, I would just like to know, I mean, obviously, big companies understand the importance, तो उन्होंने उस तरीके से implement कर रखे हैं solutions. But अगर हम कोई mid size company की बात करें, तो do they also take this identity concept that seriously? What do you think about that?
So nowadays, if you ask me, yes, people are more focused on protecting their identities.
Okay.
Because identity will not give you business, but it will protect your business. The companies, if you talk about SMBs, right, small medium business, if you talk about startups, they understand the importance of identities.
Okay.
So they start from the basics, how they can protect their identities. Right? I will not talk about large enterprise because they have all sort of tool to protect their identities. Right? They have SailPoint.
They already have the Intra in place.
Yeah, Okta. But in market now we have SaaS platforms which been offered by multiple organizations, multiple identity companies, which can be leveraged and used by the small organizations as well. So those solutions are available, and even companies know and they realize how the identities are important.
Okay. अब क्योंकि हम आइडेंटिटी और एक्सेस मैनेजमेंट की बात कर रहे हैं, देयर आर फ्यू टर्म्स व्हिच commonly comes into discussions. Okay.
Yes.
Mainly like the IAM, that is Identity and Access Management.
Yeah.
PAM,
PAM, Privilege Access Management.
And then PIM.
PAM.
PIM and PAM are same or different?
No, it's a PAM, Privilege Access Management.
Okay. And then there's IGL, I guess.
IGA.
IGA. Okay. So एक जनरल पब्लिक के लिए अगर इसको कुछ सिंपल वर्ड में एक्सप्लेन करना हो तो कैसे करेंगे?
So as a simple word, IAM like who you are.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And what access you have. PAM is more focused on privilege access management. Okay. Privilege means as an identity you have some privilege access.
Super user.
Okay. Yeah. So PAM manages those privilege access. It monitor those privilege access. It record those sessions. Okay. Like for example, administrator access. In an organization, you have access to multiple servers where critical data are stored. Right. Correct. In order to access those, you need some privilege access or privilege credentials. So when you access those servers, there should be some systems who monitors who is accessing that, what credential is being used, right? And then those access should be provided just in time. I mean, when you need, on that point of time only, you should get those access.
Okay.
So that covers under PAM. Yeah.
Okay.
And IGA, I would say it's all about governance.
Okay.
Like I said in beginning, who you are in IAM, what access you have. Now in IGA, how you get those access.
Okay.
Who certify you those access.
Okay.
It's all about the governance part, whether you should retain those access or not.
Okay. So IAM is about who I am.
Right.
PAM will be about if I am a super user, then what kind of access I have.
Correct.
And overall, governing all these things will be done by the IGA.
IGA, yes.
Okay. Cool. So क्या एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए तीनों कंपोनेंट इंपॉर्टेंट होगा या they can still have like maybe one or two of it?
No, for an organization. So in organization, everything you have data centers, you have servers, right? That's why it's an organization.
Right.
You're managing a huge
Infra.
set of users.
Right.
So in that case, these three components are very important.
Okay.
And if you cover all these three importance, then only you are covering all aspect of an identity. You are
Okay.
protecting all aspect of an identity.
तो अगर कोई ऐसी कंपनी है जो सोचती है कि ठीक है हम छोटी कंपनी है एंड हम सिर्फ पैम सोल्यूशन ले लेंगे एंड दे आर मिसिंग ऑन द आईजीए पार्ट में भी, तो कहीं ना कहीं सिक्योरिटी रिस्क है.
ऑफ कोर्स रिस्क है. अगर आप ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, जैसे आपने कहा कि छोटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, सो देयर आर वेज टू रिव्यू or you can govern the access of an identity. I'm not saying every time you go ahead and purchase tool, that is not possible for a...
The concept should be implemented.
Correct.
Coming back to your journey, तो you did mention कि आपने transition किया, you worked on few tools and all. What was that specific moment जहाँ आपको लगा कि अब इसी में ही continue करना है? कोई specific incident था, कोई specific project था, or it was just like an ongoing thing?
So as I said, in Encore, I got the exposure around Okta. So specific moment, it's kind of you need to realize how important that identity is. Right. So when I was I worked as an admin for Encore. I was looking after Okta. So my primary duty was to configure MFA, right? The second level of authentication.
I'll come to that later.
Right. Okay. So I realized if MFA is not there and if someone stole the credentials, so anyone have access to the entire data.
Correct.
And if your company is in financial domain, then they have access to a hell lot of data, right?
Right.
So that realization, attract me to explore more in identity and access management. Okay. So I realized, okay, this is the domain what I want. Let's deep dive and explore what all tools we have, because as I said, identity and access management is all about tools.
Right. तो फिर वो deep dive करने के लिए आपने कुछ courses भी किए हैं, or it was just like काम करते करते सीख लिया?
So I will take this in two parts.
Okay.
So obviously, आप जब काम करोगे, when you have hands-on experience, then you learn more, right? As compared to when you are reading something, right? But yeah, reading is also important to at least know how the business process works.
Correct.
Without business process, the technicality will not help you.
Correct.
So you should understand how things work, right?
Okay.
So yes, मैंने किया है courses, and in fact nowadays everything is available in digitally, right? You have YouTube, which is a best way of platform of learning, I would say. You don't need subscriptions even for the learning platform. Go to YouTube, search, you will get all the details.
On that note, I mean, I would have picked up this topic maybe later, but because हमने learning की बात की है, तो अगर कोई एक fresher है और वो इसी डोमेन में अपना करियर बनाना चाहता है, तो what should be the path? Like कहाँ से start करें?
So for fresher, I would say don't rush, go slow, right? Understand what is identity and access management is. First read about identity and access management, then choose your tool. Correct? So you want to go for an access management, or you want to focus on identity governance. Right? If you focus on access management, there are tools like Okta, which is a industry lead application. So there are courses, there are basic courses, what is Okta, how Okta works. Those are available in fact in Okta learning page. You can go ahead, go through those courses, and same for SailPoint also. So if you want to go for governance side, then go for SailPoint. All the basic details are available in SailPoint official site as well. And also you should have a bit knowledge around domain Active Directory.
Yeah, I was coming to that.
Right. So you should have your concept clear on Active Directories, because Active Directory is the one where you have all your identities. And using all this tool, you are basically managing your Active Directory. So you should know what is Active Directory and how Active Directory works. So anyone wants to learn this should start with Active Directory things, right?
And things around that.
Yeah, start with basic, understand the domain,
and then
read
move
about the
into
domain.
One particular tool and master into
Correct. So see, the freshers should take this like in cybersecurity there are 8 domains. So out of 8, identity and access management is one of the one.
Correct.
Right. So take that approach, learn about cybersecurity. There are 8 domains. Out of 8, there is identity and access management. Read about it, understand the domain, and start start from Active Directory, understand what it is, and then
Okay. अब क्योंकि आपने mention किया like Okta and other solutions, they have those learning platforms also.
yes.
But are those like available for everyone?
Yes,
Or
the
it's a
basic
subscription thing?
No, not required. You just need to create an account in Okta.
Okay.
You can use your personal Gmail account also in
Okay.
order to create.
Okay.
And then you have those basic courses which are available for everyone.
And are those like lab based also? कुछ lab options भी होते हैं उसमें?
No, it's not lab based, but once you get to know more about the platforms, and again, I said YouTube is a best platform to learn, right? So go to YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, learn how people are creating their lab environment, and everyone has computer at their home. Go ahead and build your lab.
Okay. अगर मैं इसमें करियर के हिसाब से बात करूँ तो एज एन IAM प्रोफेशनल इज इट ऑल लाइक इन ऑफिस वर्क या इसमें रिमोट ऑप्शन भी होते हैं?
See, the organization where I'm working, we have complete virtual environment. It's not
Okay.
like you need to go to the office, right?
Okay.
So you can work from
Because
anywhere.
why I'm coming to that question is क्योंकि पहले क्या होता था कि अगर आप एक विंडो एडमिन की प्रोफाइल पे हो तो दैट बिकम्स क्योंकि कोविड के टाइम पे ये देखा है
हाँ, right.
कि बेचारे वो लोग होते हैं जो सबसे ज़्यादा काम कर रहे थे
Correct.
when they were moving to the office and
Right.
doing everything in the office because it was a concept कि ये काम के लिए घर रिमोटली नहीं हो सकता.
Correct, yes.
Okay, so they did not get the benefit of work from home much.
Yeah.
So just wanted to clarify कि अगर अब कोई इसमें करियर बनाना चाहता है तो वो नोशन ना रह जाए कि नहीं इसमें तो वर्क फ्रॉम होम नहीं मिलेगा.
ऐसा नहीं है. I mean, see, depending on company to company policies
हाँ,
also,
that will
right? So
differ.
you know, recently all the companies have started anchor days, then they have started hybrid model.
Right.
And if you are in a service base, so most probably you need to be there in client place.
हाँ.
So depending on
हाँ,
your
that
company,
is a
how
different
they are,
thing.
you know,
But
comfortable.
specific to the profession या specific
Not
to
required.
profile ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
ऐसा
restriction.
कुछ नहीं है, not required. You can manage it from anywhere.
Anyway. Okay. और कोई certifications जो करना चाहिए किसी को as a fresher again?
See, I would not say like for fresher direct rush to the certification.
But aiming to
Yeah,
that.
of course. See, certifications are important to just showcase your skills. Like, okay, you have done IGA, RSA IGA administration certification, and on that certification, certain parameters has been completed. So
Right.
that's the entry, right? You can showcase what skills you have, but the main learning will come from your own study and your own practice.
Okay. So these certifications are like the vendor provided certifications.
Yes.
Okay.
It's in SailPoint also there are different level of certification. In Okta also, every tool have their own certification sets.
Okay. Since we were talking about some terms like MFA and all, okay. So just for the clarification of everyone else, so I'll just call out some terms. So if you can help us understand those terms in your better way, okay. Least privilege का principle. What exactly it is?
Least privilege, in one word or one sentence, I will say you should have only that much of access using which you can do your work at your organization. That's it. No extra access. So we call it as a principle of least privilege. That means you should have only the minimum access what to perform your BAU. That's it.
Okay. On that point, एक सिचुएशन होता है कुछ कंपनीज में कुछ ऐसे एम्प्लॉयज़ भी होते हैं okay, जिनको लगता है कि उनके पास हर टूल का एक्सेस होना चाहिए. मतलब उनको लगता है कि उनकी इंपॉर्टेंस तभी होगी जब उनके पास हर चीज़ का एक्सेस होगा. तो ऐसा कुछ सिचुएशन आता है आपके साथ भी? और अगर आता है तो कैसे मैनेज करते हो ऐसी यूजर्स को?
This is a part of governance, identity governance. So every company should have the certification in place.
Okay.
User access certification.
Okay.
So user access certification is basically you are certifying your own users access.
Okay.
You can do it every quarter, you can do it every month. It's up to you how you want to run that process. But as an industry standard, it happens in every quarter.
Okay.
Or you can do it 6 months, 1 year. It's up
Depending
to you.
on the feasibility.
Yeah, it's your company how you want to put those policies in place.
Okay.
So if you do an access recertification, then you will understand or you can get to know who have what access, right? And as a owner of that business, right, or of the department, or as a manager, so you can go ahead and remove those access. That's it.
Right. So that is the best way to deal with
Yes.
it. I mean, there's no politics involved in it.
No. Why an individual need more access?
Right. नहीं, कुछ होते हैं जिनको लगता
हाँ
है
हाँ
कि
of
उनकी
course.
इंपॉर्टेंस ही तभी होगी. आई एम कमिंग फ्रॉम दोस कंपनीज जो मिड लेवल होते हैं,
Correct.
वहाँ
See,
पे थोड़ा चलता है.
my mindset would be always as per the security standpoint. I will always think कि कहीं ब्रीच ना हो मेरा,
राइट राइट.
मैं ज्यादा एक्सेस लेके रखूं, कल को मेरा आइडेंटिटी क्रीडेंशियल्स लीक हो. करेक्ट, इट कैन बी पॉसिबल,
इट्स इजीली
राइट, इट
पॉसिबल.
इट इज प्रीटी मच पॉसिबल.
करेक्ट.
तो अगर मेरे पास बहुत ज्यादा एक्सेस होगा, प्रिविलेज एक्सेस होगा, देन देयर इज अ रिस्क टू माय ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, राइट.
करेक्ट.
माय ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कैन लॉस मिलियंस.
एग्जैक्टली.
करेक्ट, सो आई कैनॉट टेक दैट रिस्क.
ओके. मल्टी फैक्टर ऑथेंटिकेशन की हमने बात की. अगेन फॉर जनरल पब्लिक, इन
जनरल,
सिंपल टर्म्स क्या होता है ये?
तो सिंपल टर्म्स आई वुड से, देखो, आप जैसे आप ईमेल यूज करते हो, जीमेल में लॉगिन करते हो. अभी क्या है कि जीमेल में आप सिर्फ पासवर्ड डाल दिया आपने. अभी जीमेल ने भी मेरे ख्याल टू फैक्टर ऑथेंटिकेशन उन्होंने भी
इम्प्लीमेंट
अभी
किया हुआ.
इम्प्लीमेंट किया हुआ है.
राइट
बट अर्लियर दोज वर नॉट देयर
राइट.
फॉर योर ईमेल अकाउंट्स. तो आप, मैं पहले की रेफरेंस लेके
हाँ.
कहूंगा कि पहले क्या है कि आपने पासवर्ड एंटर किया, यू कैन लॉग इन टू योर ईमेल अकाउंट.
करेक्ट.
सो मल्टी फैक्टर ऑथेंटिकेशन इज समथिंग, आप दो बार अलग अलग पासवर्ड यूज कर रहे हो.
ओके.
करेक्ट, ये मैं आपको नॉर्मल टर्म्स में बता रहा हूँ. सो पहला आपने पासवर्ड डाल दिया, एंड सेकंड, जो सेकंड वाला पासवर्ड है, जो अलग पासवर्ड है, दैट इज समथिंग यू आर गेटिंग ए ओटीपी एसएमएस. ठीक है, सो that you are using an password, you logged in.
Right.
So there are two different ways of logged in into your account. That is again a multi-factor authentication.
Okay.
पहले पासवर्ड से अपने आप को ऑथेंटिकेट कर दिया कि हाँ जी मैं ही हूँ, this is who I am, who is accessing this.
Right.
Now second, you are getting that one password in your phone or in any of your device. Earlier we used to have those RSS sticks also, right? Devices also.
Yeah.
तो आपने
अब वो
use
यूज नहीं होते ज्यादा.
नहीं, आजकल तो you have UB की concept in place.
हाँ.
So आजकल
यूबी की कॉन्सेप्ट से थोड़ा एक इंसिडेंट याद आया. आई मीन आउट ऑफ कॉन्टेक्स्ट है थोड़ा, बट एक बार मतलब मेरे रिलेटिव के घर पे एक पैकेज आया. पता नहीं किसने भेजा है, कहाँ से भेजा है, बट जब पैकेज खोला तो उस पर यूबी की थी. एंड देयर वाज नो क्लू कि ये किसका है क्या. एंड फ्रैंकली स्पीकिंग उन्होंने काफ़ी टाइम तक उसको चेक ही नहीं किया, सोच के कि कहीं इसमें मालवेयर ना हो, कुड बी अ स्कैम आल्सो समथिंग.
यस यस.
तो क्या ये होता है, मतलब लाइक इट्स नोन थिंग हैपनिंग और?
See, nowadays scam can happen in any ways, right? There are different tricks what fraudsters are following, right? They are using voiceover, they are using deepfakes, correct? तो UB की पेन ड्राइव जिसमें उन्होंने आपको मालवेयर भेज दिया, या ऐसा कुछ प्रोग्राम या सिस्टम आपको एप्लीकेशन बाइनरीज भेज दिए जो आपने अपने सिस्टम में लगाया और आपका सारा डेटा उनके पास पहुंच गया. So it's quite possible.
Okay, that's good. He did not.
Yeah, of course. You shouldn't.
But there was a curiosity कि क्या है, किसने भेजा, इसको लगाऊंगा तो क्या होगा. तो he actually like told me. तो मैंने कहा शांत रहो, साइड रख दो इसको.
No, see, we are
Let
humans,
me come
right?
and I'll see if I can do something about it.
Every human had that curiosity. कुछ अगर हमारे पास आ जाता है, then हमें उसको more explore करने का.
Right. Okay, obvious. Single sign-on. What is that?
Single sign-on is take you have one password. आपके पास एक पासवर्ड है, जिससे आप अपने कंप्यूटर में लॉगिन करते हो. लॉगिन करने के बाद देन यू हैव से 10 डिफरेंट एप्लीकेशंस. एवरी एप्लीकेशन नीड ए क्रेडेंशियल टू लॉग इन, टू अंडरस्टैंड हु यू आर. करेक्ट. सो सिंगल साइन ऑन इज समथिंग दैट यू लॉग्ड into your system, and then the other 10 applications, once you open it, you no need to log in and enter your password. So it's kind of a passwordless authentication. You no need to enter the password everywhere. Correct. Once you log into your system, your password will sync with 10 different applications. And you open, it will automatically let you in.
So इसमें कोई रिस्क नहीं है?
So इस पे रिस्क नहीं है, because you no need to type your password every time. Correct. There is system, there are caches.
In that case, अगर अटैकर को मेरा पासवर्ड मिल गया, that means उसको मेरे 10 एप्लीकेशन का एक्सेस मिलने वाला है? नहीं होगा. So that is what I need to clarify.
हाँ, so single sign-on is managed in a different way by applications such as Okta, and there are other applications also who manages, like Microsoft Azure also you can configure single sign-on. So the entire architecture is bit different how single sign-on work. Correct. There are certificates which need to authenticate. Correct. That's again a deep technical. So yeah, so it's not easy. Single sign-on is not meant like if hacker or attacker have access to your credentials, he can have access to everything. But again, if attacker get access to your credential, obviously he can get into your system, right?
हाँ
So if once
नहीं
he
नहीं
can get into your system,
दैट आई
then
अंडरस्टैंड मतलब मैं
obvious.
उसको वैसे रिलेट करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ जस्ट टू मेक अ
No.
नॉर्मल पर्सन अंडरस्टैंड कि अगर मेरा एक फेसबुक अकाउंट है और एक इंस्टाग्राम अकाउंट है तो इट्स काइंड ऑफ सेम कॉन्सेप्ट कि सिंगल साइन ऑन है मेरे फ़ोन पे दोनों एप्लीकेशन है मैंने एक पे लॉगिन किया दूसरे पे ऑटोमेटिकली लॉगिन हो गया अब अगर मेरा क्रेडेंशियल्स किसी को पता चल गए वो अपने मोबाइल से मेरे फेसबुक एक्सेस कर रहा है तो क्या उसका इंस्टा भी एक्सेस मिल जाएगा
So, first of all, Facebook and Insta. I think Facebook also recently launched those location-based and notification.
राइट राइट
They also implemented those kind of concept in
कंट्रोल्स
place.
या
So because somewhere they know if we are granting access to Facebook, then user may get access to the other application which sync that password for that domain, right?
करेक्ट
So similarly here also
Okay.
in
सो आई कैन से कि अगर एसएसओ इम्प्लीमेंट हो रहा है तो देयर आर सम एडिशनल कंट्रोल्स आल्सो
correct.
जो होने चाहिए वो नहीं होंगे तो शायद रिस्क बढ़ जाएगी
हाँ रिस्क ऑब्वियसली क्रीडेंशियल थेफ्ट इज द बिगेस्ट रिस्क
राइट
अगर हैकर या अटैकर के पास आपके क्रीडेंशियल्स है ही और शी कैन डू एनीथिंग
ओके एक और टर्म आता है थोड़ा जो कभी कभी कंफ्यूज करता है देयर इज रोल बेस्ड एक्सेस कंट्रोल एंड देन देयर इज अ एट्रीब्यूट बेस्ड एक्सेस कंट्रोल कहाँ डिफरेंस है
तो role based access control I would say there are different roles which you can configure in your identity and access management tool.
Okay.
For example, there are birthright roles.
Okay.
So birthright roles is basically the new joiners. Okay. The new joiners getting hired to your organization and you want that every new joiner should have some access from day one.
Okay.
So that they can at least log into their system, they can get emails. Fine. So you can configure those role based birthright roles. Similarly, you can go further extent,
Okay.
right? Then you can define business roles. So business roles you can configure some conditions mean say I am a finance I'm a finance guy. I worked in finance, so I have configured roles and defined the access level. So being a finance, I can only logged into the finance system and access it. So that's again your access related to your business roles.
Business
So
roles.
similarly attribute based is something you it depend on what position you are in,
Okay.
right? What department you are in. So based on that also you can define the access level.
ओके जब हम सिक्योरिटी इंप्लीमेंट करते हैं फॉर एनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हमें स्पेसिफिकली आइडेंटिटी की बात करें तो इतने सारे कंट्रोल्स हैं एमएफए है एसएसओ है सब तो कहीं ना कहीं यूजर एक्सपीरियंस थोड़ा हिंडर होता है ओके तो उसकी वजह से कभी यूजर्स फ्रस्ट्रेट हुए हैं एंड इफ इट हैपेंस या ऐसा कुछ सिचुएशन आता है तो हाउ इज इट हैंडल्ड
So see, security should be always adaptive.
ओके
You should design the security or you can design the knowledge base for security for users. It should be adaptive and you can do more automation. You can try to implement more automation in place.
Okay.
So that there is a good experience, right, in for users. So MFA is something which is known to everyone nowadays. So user know that in every organization we follow MFA.
राइट
Right. In fact, see, MFA is now configured in Gmail level, so everybody has Gmail account, right?
Right,
So they are aware of. So now for user experience, I would rather say focus on automation like joiner, lever, movers.
ओके
Someone is joining, what access they have from day one. They no need to run behind multiple system to request access.
सर मेरा ये देखिए
हाँ
वो
ये
एक्सेस दे
देखिए
दो वो दे दो
वो दे
पहले
दो.
ऐसे ही होता
Those are
था
frustrating.
पहले ऐसे ही होता था
Yeah, those are frustrating and company lose the employee experience.
राइट
डे वन कोई ज्वाइन कर रहा है और उसको पता ही नहीं है कहाँ कैसे लॉग इन करूँ मैं, वो चल ही नहीं रहा है, सर्विस डेस्क को कॉल कर रहा है.
करेक्ट
So on that context, focus more on automation.
Now, since you talked about automation, so that brings me to the latest trending topic, that is AI. Okay, and since you work with generative AI also, integrating that into the IAM space. So, what role do you see the AI playing in this domain?
So AI is currently, I would say it's a black box, right? So every day there is a new
Discovery.
discovery. There are new frameworks.
Right.
there are new binaries, and there are new even models.
Okay.
Correct. And there are multiple platform, not only ChatGPT. We have Meta also have
Meta है,
their own
Perplexity है,
Perplexity.
Gemini,
Perplexity is more on a search engine, I would rather say.
but
Then
Gemini आ गया है.
Gemini. Then we have Entropy.
Hmm.
So in terms of identity and access management, so AI is kind of an AI being used more of in both ways, to do attacks,
हाँ.
to defend, right?
Right.
So now attackers using AI to generate phishing emails,
Right.
right? They use deepfakes,
Correct.
pretend to be an user using voice notes, right?
Right.
Get the credentials. Now, if I talk about defend, we use AI to check the access patterns of the users to detect anomalies.
Okay. Monitoring and all.
Monitoring.
Since you mentioned that because of the advancement in AI, it is being used for attacks and defense both.
Right.
तो अगर मैं attacks के हिसाब से specifically बात करूँ, तो कोई like in the recent years कुछ ऐसे new attacks आए हैं जो specifically IAM को target कर रहे हैं, and that is using AI in the backend.
See, identity is a basic perimeter, right? So attackers obviously try to target identity only. So recently, for in terms of AI, I couldn't recall or I heard, but attacks happened. I can give you an normal example of one of the primary, identity provider, identity and access management service provider. Their customer portal, got compromised.
Okay.
So there are certain admin credential which got leaked, and the attackers get access to their customer portal, and they get access to all the details. So that's again an identity provider. So those news are there in internet. So I will not name any company, but yeah.
And if you are implementing AI into the IAM domain, obviously for the defense purpose and all, तो क्या हम वहाँ तक पहुँच गए हैं कि AI is implemented in such a way कि हम उससे इतना पूछें कि हाँ भाई मुझे एक रिपोर्ट निकाल के दो कि किस किस के पास किस तरह का एक्सेस है, तो कैन आई गेट दैट kind of report? I mean, is that feasible now or we are still yet to reach there?
It is feasible now.
Okay.
We have done multiple POCs.
Okay.
And yes, if you ask, it's kind of more over a co-pilot now for identity.
Okay.
You can go ahead and ask, how do I get access to SAF environment?
Okay.
What all entitlements I need to request, or who all users have admin access,
Okay.
right? So we have MCP concept in place. We have agentic AI in place, right? And those you can integrate with your IAM system. And I will not say 100% we are there,
but almost
we are almost there. We are on our way to there, and almost we reached there. But yes, the future you will see some more robust, but again, the companies who has the AI first approach, or they have implemented AI for everyone, so they should come with those guardrails or policies, right? At least to monitor.
Right, because I mean,
Correct.
इतना ज़्यादा AI advance हो रहा है, उतना ज़्यादा risk आ रहे हैं.
So I will give you a normal example. Now, what people do in organizations, I mean the resources, they copy paste the entire email, right? They paste the entire email. Kindly create a respond of this email or drop this email.
Right.
So when you are copy and pasting the email in your ChatGPT or whatever platform it is, you are copy and pasting all those official email IDs also.
Correct.
Your CEO, maybe your CEO email ID is there. Your head of your department email ID is there. But you are giving all the data, right? So
I mean, ये तो आपने email की बात की है. I have seen and heard about cases वहाँ पे users are using the ChatGPT kind of platforms for debugging the source codes.
Yeah. No.
तो पूरा code उठाया डाल दिया.
Yes.
इसको please ठीक कर दो.
ठीक कर दो, right? I gave you the basic example. Email is a basic one, example. Correct? And specifically earlier we had that Stack Overflow, right? Stack
Overflow. वहाँ पे ये चलता था.
हाँ, Stack Overflow, but that is a platform where you cannot chat with someone. You can go through the articles, right? Learn how.
वहाँ भी यही देखने को मिलता था. पहले भी यही था. बस तरीका चेंज हो गया है.
चेंज हो गया.
वहाँ भी लोग कोड उठा के डाल देते थे. ये मेरा कोड है. इसमें ये एरर आ रहा है. प्लीज इसको बताओ कहाँ गलती है.
Now in AI you are copying your code, entire code, and pasting it. Not sure what all credential you have in your code. what all directories you have in your code. So those are not a good practice. So again, it's depending on the companies what policies and
yeah, so I mean, so
guardrails.
what kind of measures the companies are generally taking to prevent this?
So the first thing is you shouldn't attach anything in your chat GPT,
Okay.
right? So you have a huge code because every GPTs has a limitations,
Right, right,
how many characters you can type, right?
right, right.
So if you have a code which is quite a
Big.
big code, right? That's like 1200 lines, 1300 lines. You are attaching it in a word, you have created a word document and you are directly uploading it to your, so those prevention is required. So there
Okay.
should be policies in place, there should be security infra in place
Okay.
which block all this. You should define the logins also because all GPTs require an email credentials in
Right,
order
right, right.
to use it extensively.
Right.
So now many companies don't provide access to all GPTs, right? So people used to use their Gmail accounts
Right.
in their organization. So
Right.
that is not a good practice,
बट
correct?
देन उसका काउंटर मेजर क्या है? बिकॉज या तो मैं जीपीटी पूरा ब्लॉक कर दूं एक यूजर के लिए, या तो ये तरीका ये है कंपनी कहेगी हम एक्सेस नहीं करने देंगे. बट अगर मैं चैट जीपीटी या ऐसा कोई प्लेटफॉर्म अलाउ कर रहा हूँ, एक्सेस करने दे रहा हूँ, तो फिर यूजर तो साइन अप कर ही जाएगा पर्सनल अकाउंट से, तो उसको हम रोकेंगे कैसे?
Right. So in organization, mostly you need to think about some policies wherein users can use the official account in order to get it login.
Okay.
Right. Make that platform as SSO.
Okay.
You work with
The provider.
provider,
Okay.
right? Make that as an SSO for your organization.
Okay.
At least you put some monitoring
Hmm.
what all excesses are happening in those GPTs. So once you integrate it for only for your organization, you can keep those monitoring in place.
So that is possible.
That is possible.
It's
That
just
is
कि
pretty much
ऑर्गेनाइजेशन उसको
possible.
करता या नहीं करता है.
Correct.
सो अगर एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ये कंप्लेंट करती है कि मेरे यूजर्स ऐसे डेटा बाहर लीक कर रहे हैं चैट जीपीटी से, तो देन उनको पता लीक हो रहा है तो बेटर है कि काउंटर मेजर
Prevent
इम्प्लीमेंट करो.
correct. Yes.
या तो फिर
So
चिल्लाओ मत.
I told you, right? AI is black box.
Right.
So till AI is black box. From where I got this term, our CISO always said this.
Okay.
That AI is black box.
Yeah, is a black. Coming back to the cyber attacks, I mean, you talked about one. कोई और ऐसा cyber attack which you would like to call out for everyone so that they get a learning कि इसमें identity का कितना बड़ा role था and where the organization missed implementing the control.
See, identity as start with me, right? So I need to be more careful what I am clicking on my email links and all,
Okay.
what all websites I am visiting,
Okay.
or what all where I am putting my credentials.
Okay.
Correct. So there are many cases where a breach happened, but it's not because of the hackers got those credentials by hacking some of the system. They use some sort of a high level hacking coding and
Okay.
all. It's because of the insider threat only. So
Okay.
I personally, as you said, ki some people thinks they should have more access. Correct. So those kind of scenarios,
Right,
why
right,
more privilege access being provided to an identity?
So we can say like the biggest threat is not actually the hackers who
No,
are
no,
sitting
it's not
outside.
actually hackers.
It's the insiders and
Insiders and the identity.
it's about how the identity governance is being done
Correct.
and what kind of security awareness is being
Right.
followed in the organization.
It's kind of an you are opening the door, right?
हाँ, खुद ही बुलाया है तो आएंगे ही.
आपने बोला कि आओ ये मेरे credentials है, please
Right.
come to my domain. So
Correct. Okay, अगर मैं कुछ चैलेंज की बात करूँ लाइक इंडस्ट्री वाइड चैलेंजेस, तो आईएम स्पेस में आज की डेट में कोई बिगेस्ट चैलेंज?
if I talk about the challenges, yes, we have challenges. We have challenges like we have orphan accounts in the system, identities who left the organization, still their account exists
Right.
in exit state in some of the application. We have legacy applications
Right.
which are not integrated with centralized IAM system, right? So we have over privileged account. We have MFA wherein companies are not using MFA. They are
Right.
still relying on
Passwords.
correct. And then we don't have a strong governance is most important part. Who have access to what? So
Right.
how do you recognize? You need a governance in place, right?
आई कैन नाउ
So-
से कि जो ये प्रोफाइल होती है जीआरसी की, दैट इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट. क्योंकि कई लोगों को लगता है सिक्योरिटी में हैकिंग इज समथिंग डिफरेंट. ठीक है, एप्लीकेशन सिक्योरिटी, नेटवर्क सिक्योरिटी, इंफ्रा सिक्योरिटी को बड़ा हाईलाइट किया जाता है एंड गवर्नेंस, द जीआरसी प्रोफाइल गेट्स अ लिटिल लेस वैल्यू. बट दिस इज़ वेयर जीआरसी इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट, बिकॉज जब तक गवर्नेंस नहीं होगी तब तक इस तरह के चीज़ों पे कंट्रोल नहीं
Yes.
आए.
Yeah, governance is pretty much important.
ओके, कभी बजट कंस्ट्रेंट का इशू आता है? मतलब दिख रहा है कि ये प्रॉब्लम है, इसका सोल्यूशन ये टूल है, बट देयर इज अ बजट इशू एंड देन यू आर स्ट्रगलिंग टू गेट दैट थ्रू.
So you need to showcase business. What is the risk with identity? Business need to understand if I'm not protecting my identities, I can lose millions.
राइट.
So those realization you need to showcase to the business. So see, security will not not create revenues.
राइट.
It protect your organization so that you will not lose
लूज
revenues.
रेवेन्यू.
So that you need to get
Understand.
showcase to the
And
the
that is a good line.
organization.
That is a good line actually. I will say, organization needs to understand.
Yeah.
The security is not your revenue generation stream,
Correct.
but it's a revenue protection.
Yes, it's the most important to protect your revenue.
Do you hire people also in your team for this IAM roles and all?
I am not involved in the hiring system, but yes,
Okay.
we do hire.
कभी talent shortage feel होती है, like because IAM is evolving.
Yes,
Okay.
it's evolving.
And I'm sure अभी भी अगर मैं इंडस्ट्री में बात करूँ तो टैलेंट की कमी है स्पेसिफिक टू दिस डोमेन. द स्किल्ड प्रोफेशनल्स इन IAM आर स्टिल लेस. तो कभी उसकी वजह से चैलेंज आता है हायरिंग टाइम पे?
So see, the primary priority is to train someone who is already there
Okay.
in your organization, or roll out IZPs so that you can bring some people internally, because they already aware of your
Infra and all.
organization, your infra. So then train them and get into the role. Now I would not say that we have very crunch, but again, you cannot expect from a joiner that he should know everything related to your organization policy specifically from day one. Right.
That is
So that again, he need to go through those trainings,
Right.
those details oriented briefing in order to understand how the IAM system is being configured in your organization.
ओके, लॉट्स ऑफ सीरियस टॉक्स. तो मैंने एक फन सेगमेंट रखा हुआ है अपने पॉडकास्ट में. ओके, सिंस वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट आइडेंटिटी, तो यहाँ पे मेरा फन सेगमेंट थोड़ा डिफरेंट है. जनरली मैं एक रैपिड फायर करता हूँ कि क्वेश्चन पूछा एक आंसर दिया, बट टुडे विल बी हैविंग अ सेशन लाइक हु आई एम. ओके, वेयरइन आई विल गिव यू सम सिनेरियोस. It will be having some identity related issues, so you can help us understand what kind of risk is. Let's say a system admin uses the same password everywhere. What would we call it? Like what kind of attack or what kind of risk is it?
So it's a complete breach. He is a system admin and he is using his credentials everywhere.
Right.
So that's an identity, misuse, the credential misuse, what he is doing.
Okay. HR manages the employee onboarding manually with spreadsheets. What kind of risk you see there?
So spreadsheet, it's a altogether, we are going, I mean, ages behind, right? So if I talk about now real world scenarios, it never happened. We have the JML process in place. We have all sort of automation in place, right? Why we will go through manual
But just in case if an HR is actually still using a spreadsheet.
So that's again, it's a pretty risk to the organization. You are keeping it everything in Excel, so you are exposing everything, right?
Right.
So that's just an Excel data.
Okay. Let's say a user gets an email from the Okta team, okay, asking for credentials via a generic link. I mean, what kind of attack is this?
This is basically a phishing, right? So
Classic phishing.
yeah, so see, the companies also need to I mean, most companies nowadays, obviously they do. So they implement all those knowledge sessions.
Right. The security
They send
MNS.
emails related to the security, how users should react once they get an email, the example what you said.
Correct.
So which is very important.
Correct. I agree. Okay, let's say the CEO of the company is insisting on using the same password for email, VPN, banking and everything else, even Netflix maybe, and the password is something like welcome at 123. So what kind of a risk you see there?
I don't think CEO will use welcome at 123, but again, this is CEO. Being a CEO, I will be more. I am accountable for everything for my company, so I will not do it, and I don't think CEO should or will do it.
Okay. Okay, so let's say the IT team is using the multi-factor authentication, but rest of the company, including the finance, HR and other departments, they just have username plus password, no MFA in place. So is it a risk? Is it a gap?
Yeah, it's a gap. So IT team is your support function, correct? So IT team already have multiple access in place. and they are in IT, so they knows what they will access, and they are more aware of what is happening, right? Why we are using multi-factor authentication. But multi-factor authentication is, it should mainly configured for the end users,
Right.
because end user are our internal threat, right? So they, being an IT, this threat factors, hackers,
Right.
hacking, but you cannot expect the same sort of
Knowledge from the
knowledge from the business users,
Correct.
right? So they are kind of a spoon feeding. You need to spoon feed them everything in terms of technology, in terms of technical. Correct.
That brings us to the end of the Who Am I session. Before we wrap up for today's podcast, अगर आपको अपने listeners को एक message देना हो in terms of identity security, so what it would be?
So identity, I would say identity is a main parameter of every organization. You protect your identities, implement all sort of policies and governance in place in order to protect that. Use the right tool, at least a centralized identity and access management tool, right, to monitor, to govern those identities, and save your revenues. That's it.
Okay. और अगर मैं जनरल पब्लिक की बात करूँ उनके लिए कोई मैसेज?
Currently we are into a cloud first world, right? So all application, credentials, everything is there in cloud. Correct. So general public के लिए यही होगा कि you should be more careful while you are accessing your social media accounts. Implement multiple authentications wherever it is possible.
Right.
No matter it's your basic Gmail account, it's your Facebook account, Insta account, whatever it is, but take utmost care and follow all the security parameters what is guided or suggested by those companies.
Okay. Okay. And if people want to connect with you professionally, how can they do?
So I am available in LinkedIn.
Okay.
So you can connect, or you can search my name by Pradyut Kumar Das. You will get me.
Or I'll put your link
Yeah,
in the
sure.
description.
So you can message me. You can ask me questions. I'm happy to answer.
Cool. That's good. Any message for the future IAM engineers?
I would rather say don't rush too much on solutioning. First, work on the business process, understand it, and then go for the implementation.
Totally agree with that. I mean, building the basics and working on the foundation is very important.
More important.
Before actually jumping to that
solutioning
level.
Correct.
Right. Okay, so that brings us to the end of today's session. Thank you so much for clarifying the things about identity and access management systems and letting us understand why it is so crucial and so important. To our listeners, do remember your identity is your digital footprint, digital fingerprint basically. So please do protect it wisely. And thank you for tuning into the Tajinder Kalsi Show. Stay tuned because in the next episode we'll be bringing in another expert and talk about another domain. Till then, be safe, be secure. Thank you.